So the transfer window is now officially over, that's right. And who you've got in your locker right now is who you're going to have to at least the best part of the season. But who made the best deals out in the Championship? Well, today, we're going to find out. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today, we're going to rank each and every one of the 24 clubs out in the Championship from their, of course, transfer business this past summer. Who did well? Who did shit? We'll take a little look in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. Again, if you're new, smash the old subscribe. Rovers were busy. How about your club? Did you make that special deal that's going to secure the difference between survival and maybe even a playoff push? We'll get into all of that and more in a second. Big shout out once again to the VIPs, the patrons. But before we take a look at that, before we jump into the video, something brand new to the channel. And what is it? It's the join button. That's right. We've gone there. Memberships. That's right. We've opened up the floodgates to members, so you can now join and support the channel in another way. We have our first member, so big shout out to him. But you can also join that member and becoming an extra special member of the community. Just click on the join button, follow the on-screen instructions, and become part of the gang. Alrighty then, folks. Here we are in the old vortex here as we're going to take a little look at all the transfer business. We're going to rank each and every one of the 24 clubs from A to F. A being amazing, F being to effing absolutely disgusting, and everything in between. We're going to come at you probably in alphabetical order. So, where better place to start than Blackburn Rovers, of course. Blackburn Rovers, and a great way for me to start. You know what? This has been Blackburn Rovers' best window in over a decade. Oh my days. What we of course lost a major part of our season last season, Sammy Smodic. We made a bit of money on that. We also made a bit of money in the summer, which did give us a little bit of wiggle room. And we also got rid of a bit of deadwood. When I say deadwood, Tavalalovic, Wowstadt, Sam Gallagher's gone as well. Some loanies are gone out. A good bit of business on the outs. Coming in, though, we brought in a couple of forwards that are going to be game changers for us. Yuki Ohashi, Mac DeGay, I think combined, we're looking at 2 million for those. We brought in some good loanies in Amario Koza-Durbury and Owen Beck. But we also brought in some experienced heads, Danny Bath, Andreas Wyman, and of course, new goalkeeper, and Todd Cantwell for a penny leaving. So for me, we're up there. We've set the benchmark of transfer windows. And I am happy to say that we've got an A. No problems asked. Meanwhile, Bristol City also did very well in the transfer business. Just have a quick scan of their outs. Of course, they did lose Wyman, which of course is a bit of a kick in the bollocks. They did lose Tommy Conway, maybe against their better judgment, but made a bit of money on him. But they brought in probably one of the signings of the window, and I rate him so highly, and that's Sinclair Armstrong. So I think, they've added a couple of players to it. Scott Twine as well is good at this level when given the confidence of the coach, a manager who knows him well as well. Manning will get the best out of him. I'm going to put Bristol City up there in a B. I think they could have done with a couple more additions, but 8 too shabby. What about these guys then? What about these guys? What a weekend they've had. Burnley, goodness gracious me. How many players did they have left? Well, they lost Sander Berg. They lost the goalkeeper, Wilson Motorbear. They made a lot of money. Workhorse is gone. A lot of players going out. Charlie Taylor, a lot of deadwood, like a whole load. Also Scott Twine, Femi, Darragh Shea. Goodness gracious me. It was quite a week for Burnley. They did bring in some good players, though. I got to give them credit for the likes of Perez, Esteve, and they spent a bit of panic buys as well. I think Burnley overall, didn't really handle it well, the outgoings. I'm going to give them a C. It probably could be a B, but I'm going to, I think from where they were and what they brought in, to where they were and what they classed themselves as, they were thinking they're going to steamroll this league. This team that they have now is an okay team. It should be top 6, but realistically, it could be mid-table. It's not that illustrious. I think they're in for a wake-up call at our Burnley as well. So Cardiff, let's take a look at Cardiff then, shall we? Again, not the greatest start to the season. I think we could be seeing the end of Balut very soon. Again, got a lot of deadwood out. What money? Did they make much money? I don't think they did. They brought in some heavy hitters, Willock, Callum Chambers, and I'm sure them wages ain't cheap. Will Fish coming in from United. Realistically, I think it's a very rusty looking Cardiff, and I'm not really impressed by that business as well. So I'm putting them down into D. I wouldn't say it's an F. We might have to reserve that for somebody else. Derby were pretty late going. Sorry, we're skipping. We're coming back to Derby. Coventry. Now, there were some stellar signings in there. I think Jack Rodoni's a quality signing. I think Brandon Thomas Asante is a Billy bargain. And then Lewis Binks as well. I think they were a little bit hard done by. They were trying to bring in some more players at the close of the window, but it didn't work out. Losing some experience in Simon Moore, Matt Godden, Callum O'Hara's gone, and he might think a better place, Casey Palmer as well. I think, you know what, I don't think Coventry won the transfer window. I think they had an average transfer window. But yeah, they got some real good bargains in there. Don't get me wrong. I think Rodoni and Brandon Thomas Asante were the couple of signings of the summer, alongside Sinclair Armstrong, if we were going to be fair. Derby County, again, like I said, late bloomers in the window, bringing in Marcus Harness from Ipswich. That Phillips coming in on loan. Guy from Wolves as well. But when you look at it, though, there's not much stellar championship quality in there. Losing a couple of key players as well. Wild Smith, they never really truly replaced him. Louis Sibley gone. Conor Hoonahane as well. Dwight Gale released. So Derby, yeah, I think they were a little bit active, but does the lack of activity show the confidence they have in Paul Warne at the moment? I don't think so. I think they're just some squad fillers, to be fair. Nothing to get excited about. Hull City, again, a lot of build up, a lot of expectation, but right now I'm struggling to see the Hull City of last year. Again, it's they made a bit of money. Jaden Phillippe gone back to Villa, made a bit of cash on that. 2 fans gone as well, big loss. Jacob Greaves, monumental loss at the back. Also a couple of goalkeepers gone out the door. Greg Doherty, Billy Sharp, a lot of transition. Aaron Connolly, where did he end up? You know, a lot of players going out. Coming in, they did get Abu Kamara. That was a good deal. A lot of players were looking after him. Casey Palmer, Carl Rushworth, that's a good, strong goalkeeper as well. So looking at Charlie Hughes from Wigan, Liam, I think there's some good signings in there, and I wanted to hate that window, but I think they did all right. I'm going to put them into B. It's definitely different to what was the approach last season. We had more of a high, you know, bit of a gamble with the Carvalhos, etc., etc. So yeah, I think a more transitional season ahead for Hull at the moment. Let's go into who's next on the block. Leeds. They lost Archie Gray, Cresswell, Glenn Kamara's gone, Diego Llorente, Siniesta. Goodness gracious me, a lot. Somerville's gone, Reuter's gone. A lot of money coming in. Players coming in though, not much secured. Not a lot of stuff coming in, nailed down. Jane Bogle, whatever. Joe Roden, whatever. Rothwell on the loan. Solomon's a good loanee, but realistically, that's a piss poor window when you talk about how much money they spent. I'm borderline trying to give this an F, but I'm going to give them a D because some of them are good quality additions. But realistically, it's definitely a facelift for Leeds. Let's take a Luton then, shall we? Of course, not the greatest start to the season for them, and really not the greatest start in the transfer window either. They lost Barkley, they lost Obahengi to Ipswich. Giles has gone. They don't really want him at this level. I don't know why. Players coming in, the quality is not that good. It's poor. It's borderline F. Again, I'm going there. Someone's got to be there. Luton Town, sorry, your window was wank. Let's go to Middlesbrough. Good signing, Tommy Conway. Will score. Ben Doak, of course, he shouldn't be playing at this level. Should be to Premier League. They got Luke Ayling on a free. Macca Hamilton from City has a bit of cash there. Bertzog looks for a threat. Asa players going out. Colson going out. You know, no real major loss there from they spent a bit of money, so it's a bit of a gamble, I would say, for Borough, who I don't even see their badge here. There it is. I'd say a C for Borough. I'll be. I like the Conway purchase. It's a good deal, but Doak is a player, game changer as well. I think he will cause some problems. Let's take a look at Millwall then. Millwall. Wow. I don't know. You know what? This is a kick in the bollocks to Millwall. I just did a video about where I think they're finishing the league, and I recorded it before I found out about the Fleming deal that going to Burnley. What are they doing? What do they do? And they got in Taganga from Spurs on a free, good. Aziz from Reading, undisclosed. Kelly from Celtic. Coburn from Middlesbrough. Langstaff has not proven it at the moment. But when you look at the outs, not a lot of released players, but how on earth do you let go of Fleming at such a late hour? That's a major loss. And for me, I know he had a bit of a poor season last season, his standards, but it's bored. I'm going to put it down as a D. I don't think Langstaff could come good, but right now it's very much on the fence. How about Norwich then? Norwich, they sold Adar, they sold Jonathan Rowe. It's on loan to a permanent thing, which is a kick in the bollocks as well. A lot of released players. Abu Kamara, a bit of money. Gabriel Sara. A lot of money generated, but the players coming in, what are we looking at? Kane Gordon from Liverpool on loan. A couple of other little Billy Bargain signings. Forson might be a good signing. I'm not blown away by these bits of business. Christensen's okay from Villa, but he ain't going to set the world alight. I'm going to put that as a D for Norwich. I don't think they've really spent money well to replace the quality that they got rid of. Oxford United, well, they were busy. And where Derby may have lacked, I think Oxford have really kicked on. Again, pretty much like for like, a lot of players going out on frees. Not much money spent for Oxford, but they did break the bank for Dembele from Birmingham. It says a loan, but I think they paid cash for that one. Dane Scarlett coming in. Ebowomi from Crystal Palace. Good loan. Good use of the loan slots. Lewis Sibley coming in from rivals. Will Folks. Peter Kyoto was a handful the other day. Good, solid window from Oxford. And again, we're not saying they're blown 50 million, but from the resources they had, the players they brought in, that's up there. I'm thinking Oxford are up there with an A with their window. I think it's pretty savvy what they did. And I think that could be the difference between promotion and relegation at the end of it. Plymouth, though, let's take a look at Plymouth. Good kudos to them for holding off and not letting Burnley bully them for Whittaker. Whittaker is one of the players that will be the difference between promotion and relegation. If they sold him, of course, we could probably relegate Plymouth by December. Held on to him. He is the face of the place. Back him, he will score. They did lose a monumental player in the keeper Cooper, and some other players that went out as well. So big loss Cooper, bringing in though some players that may or may not be good. Michael Obafemi is a good addition to that front line, and at the back there, Gayabi from Leeds is solid. It's an okay window. It's C. You get more credit for keeping hold of Whittaker. Not being a Millwall and rolling over and letting Burnley walk all over you. Portsmouth coming in here now. Again, brought in Jordan Archer, solid keeper. Josh Murphy from Oxford, solid. Matt Ritchie from the Geordies as well. Dazelle, good use of the free market as well. Kamara coming in from Dortmund. Going out, a lot of Deadwood, Rafferty going to Rotherham, same with Raggett. A lot of the players that got them there. It's okay window, no standouts. No one's going to get you off your seat with those deals. I think a C. A C for Portsmouth, not too shabby as well. Preston North End, slow in the uptake. Good addition in Greenwood on loan. The others, not too sure about. Josh Bowler is a hit and miss player. It's a good pickup from them, probably paying a bit of wages. However, losing the likes of Cunningham at the back, Ben Woodburn maybe to a point, Alan Brown, monumental loss. I've just seen his influence with Sunderland's game. So, it's not it's not exciting. I think it's probably a D. Preston didn't really make, and again, what little time Heckingbottom had, you got to give it what he got. Let's take a look at QPR. QPR again under Cofientes. Brought in San Kelar, looks like a good signing. Jack McDowell from Villa coming in. Who else? Liam Morrison from Bayern. Koei Sato. Dembele from Brest on loan. Harrison Ashby, a player that we were linked with. But losing Sinclair Armstrong, monumental, but also getting rid of some Deadwood. Jordan Archer, Albert Adoma. Chris Willock's gone. A lot of wages off there. Begovic also gone. So good recycling of the cash available. I think QPR can find themselves proud. I'm putting them up there with a B for their window. Sheffield United were a little bit handicapped with restrictions in regards to transfers. So they made a bit of money on Cameron Archer, straight to Villa. I think they off them to somewhere else. Bogle's gone. Not sure how much they made on there. Jebson as well. Lost a couple of other key individuals. Fotheringham. Baldock's gone. Ben Osmond, Basham, Egan, McBurney, Norwood. A lot of high-earning players that might have been there for a long time. William Osova's gone to Newcastle. Trusty's gone to... Good bit of generating funds. So they did business there. They also were very savvy in that free transfer market. Bringing in Kiefer Moore, bringing in Tyrese Campbell, bringing in Harry Suter, Shackleton, Callum O'Hare, Michael. You know what? I cannot argue with that. That's a great bit of business for Sheffield United. I'm going to put them up there. I think they're up there alongside Rovers as, Callum O'Hare, Kiefer Moore, Gilchrist, Harrison Burrows, Michael Kuma. They are all solid issues for anybody. And with that, they should be there or thereabouts at the end of the season with that team. What about Sheffield Wednesday? Didn't really generate much funds, of course. Got rid of a few deadwood players, but not much money made. Players coming in. Again, when you look at it, there's not much quality in there. Of course, Max Lowe is an okay player. I'm swapping one side of Sheffield for the other. Jamal Lowe, brother from another mother in there. Ben Amer, a good keeper. But realistically, there is enough. Jeremy Beadle's a solid keeper as well. It's an okay window for Wednesday, but it's not stellar, is it? What about Stoke City then? Again, they were very active. They brought in Sam Gallagher. That's an F right there. Lewis Kumas, good signing. He scored a goal. Moran coming in on loan. Phillips, Tom Camp, very good on the loans. Also very good and active with the frees, bringing in Ben Gibson, some other players as well that will add quality to it. Victor Johansson, good goalkeeper as well at this level. Not too sure about Stoke where they'll finish. Players going out. What did they make? Josh Lawrence to Burnley. Realistically, just got rid of a bunch of people. Tyrese Campbell, they lost him as well. Didn't really generate much fun. So you've got to balance the goods with, of course, the sales. So I think a B. A B is good for Stoke. But realistically, they need to deliver. Sunderland. Now, they brought in Alan Brown, Simon Moore, good, solid additions. Again, I don't know about these loans. Pierre Acquar and Winston Sido, they're a bit on the fence. Impavida, I know of him from his Rovers time. He's not that great. I don't think he's that good. He ain't no Jack Clark replacement. And when you take a look at the releases or the sales from them, that is highlighted by that Jack Clark departure. A lot of releases. Corey Evans has gone, Bradley Dack's gone, amongst others, Jack Diamond, etc., but they're not real game changers at this point. Good, solid additions, but not really blowing you out. You are handicapped, and of course, you're going to have to look at that, the loss of Clark, and I'm going to put you as a C, purely on the base of that loss. So Sunderland, not great for them. Moving to Swansea, just the 4 additions. Nelson Abbey, Lawrence Vigreau. They also brought in the matey boy from I don't know why it's not in here, from the Slovenian striker. I know it's not listed on my thing here, but he's a great addition. Made some sales in Nathan Wood. They got rid of a couple of Deadwood as well. Average window, but a good couple of individuals. Swansea, probably a C if we're going to be completely honest. Let's take a look at Watford, down to the final 2. Brought in a whole bunch of players here. Daniel Jepson was a good addition late. I go, Obona will do well at this level as well. Sissoko coming in from Nantes. Players going out. Lost Ashley Fletcher. Ishmael Kone's gone. Ben Amer. A lot of other players been released. Good average. Asperia's gone to Girona. Yeah, not, C. It's not that great, is it? And then finally, West Brom. They were very quiet for a good part, and it looked like just the Wildsmith and Paddy McNair deal. Then they brought in Devante Cole, which was a bit of a wild one. I'm not too sure about that. But then finally it did pick up Callum Stiles, Mickey Johnson, Mason Holgate. 3 solid additions at the depth of the window. And then players going out. Connor Townsend's gone to Ipswich for a peanut. Chabela's gone to Wednesday. Brandon Thomas Asante had major loss. Yuxalu as well. So, and they got rid of a whole bunch of crap. Really, Adam Reach has gone. There's a lot of players left West Brom, and I think they did okay for what it was worth. I'm going to put them in a B. So there you have it. That's my ratings. I thought, of course, Rovers did great. I really think we hit it out of the park this transfer window. Let me know your thoughts and opinions yourselves about the window. Did we do great? Did we do shit? And what about you? How did your team do? Until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. Until then, we are done.